discomfort can be the remedy. There will be not there will be there is a lot of early points in our life where we are depending on our like upcoming, of course, if like our mother's presence will give us a sense of comfort throughout the years that we definitely take for granted. But also, depending on how it is, it can also build us up to really be allergic to discomfort. And what I mean by that is literally that it- we we may get into a mental space potentially where we are running to the next hit of like, oh, that's what's gonna, oh, I'm cold, I need to get warm, I'm gonna just go under my floral flower blanket and I'm just gonna stay there for hours and bed rot, not rot my day away. That kind of mentality. Not that I'm speaking from experience, because I don't even be on bed like that. But it's a real thing. Like, discomfort is does not is not something we generally prefer to stay under for too long. But that's before we rewire our brain almost. Like, naturally, most of us growing up, we naturally, our instinct is never to be in discomfort. But there is a lot of value and growth and comfort in the long run, like actual things that you're happy with, that makes you fulfilled, that will only come through that discomfort. And you know this already, but discomfort is what gives us more gratitude, even like makes us more grateful for the basic things. They're not basic, but they're basic to you at the time. They're basic to you that you took for granted for years. But because of the discomfort, you now are able to actually frame it as, wow, like that's something, that's such a blessing. Me being able to have a functional restroom, being able to have roof over our head, having like knowing that there will be a next meal. All that is you're rich. You're literally rich. You don't fully realize how rich you really are until you go through various forms of discomfort. And I'm not saying you have to go like seek out like the craziest forms of discomfort, like throw yourself in some like crazy camp, or those like things that would like really snap you out, but then also give you a little bit of trauma along the way. I'm not saying you need to like commit to that. What I'm saying is you need to put yourself out of your comfort zone to the extent where you know, like, hey, I don't need to be soft. Like, I could be resilient through adversity, and you could only prove that to yourself through those little bursts of discomfort. Now, that may be simply waking up and just stepping out to go for a walk, and that could take a lot of energy to master up, cleaning up the bed and just going for a walk, maybe a jog. I hate jogging, but that just makes it even that just makes that just that much more of a valuable thing for mentally, like mentally callousing our mind. David Goggins, stay hard. But literally, like, the reason his philosophy is the reason he does the thing that sucks is because it sucks, like, because it sucks so much. That's what gives him the most growth. That's what gives him that sense of fulfillment, because when he does the thing that sucks so much and gets done with it, gets past it, every single other aspects of life becomes easy mode. It suddenly becomes easy mode, and it's not sudden because he had to go through the grueling pain. And I'm not saying none of us has to willingly always put ourselves through like like pain past the point where you're like getting like joint mobility issues, or like, you're just burning out in every aspect. Nobody's saying for you to do that, but what I am saying is the pursuit of discomfort. Along that way, you're gonna find growth in yourself that you won't even be able to keep up with. And right afterwards, when you're back to a normal slice of life, normal day, the smallest things, the smallest things, just you being able to look at the sky, or you being able to just sit with your family and just enjoy tea, enjoy a cup of tea, all that, the colors come back. They should have always been there. They're not somethings that should have ever been taken for granted to begin with. Those are the things that make you rich, not money. Those being able to have that in the first place, those are some things you couldn't have bought. You were just blessed with it. Not everybody's blessed with that. And if you are, you're rich. And if you're not, you're rich in other ways, because of the fact that you know just how truly valuable those are from the get-go. And no matter what situation you had coming up, getting up to this point, you could flip the table on that and turn it into a blessing, because every single thing happens for you, not to you. Nothing happened to you, it happened for you. Make that mental shift. That mental shift will be the key behind you leading a life where you're a victim or not a victim. You're a victim only if you keep saying, oh, why does everything happen to me? Why is everything always happening to me? Everything's not happening to you, everything's happening for you. If you see it that way, only then will you realize that I have control. I have power. If you just take responsibility for all the things that happen to you, you will see it will suck. It will suck a lot, because you beat yourself up realizing just how much BS you really get away with, that you pull on yourself. But then when you start calling it out as like, yo, that was my fault too, that was also, I'm here because because of something I may have not done to another level. It makes you be a little like very self-critical, but also because you did that. Once you realize that, okay, complaining is not going to take that away, I gotta fix it, and you fix that. That's when you realize that, like, you feel a strong burst of self-fulfillment, knowing that, yo, okay, I do got control over any single situation that happens to me. And it just sucked at the beginning, admitting to myself that, yo, yeah, like, it was my fault, even if genuinely it may have not been your fault, and there could have been some things that were way out of your control. People, circumstance, anything, it could have been out of your control, like many factors that it's not you. The only thing you control is you. But even then, if you told yourself, it's still something I'm gonna take responsibility for myself, for the result that I got, that's you giving yourself power. Because what is saying like, yo, it's not my fault, this happened, and I'm blaming, what is that gonna do? That's not gonna take away anything. But if you say, oh, okay, well, it happened to me still because of something I could have potentially done differently, and then laser focus on that, figure that out, you will come out of any and every situation on the other side being just that much more competent. You're gonna know how to get out of any situation, and that's gonna give you so much faith in yourself. And at the end of the day, you need to direct that into pleasing Allah. And that's where I've been going on a lot of tangents for sure, but at the end of the day, discomfort is what will lead to a overall like more pleasant life, because discomfort was the way to for you to make those choices those choices, those hard choices are like the things that led you to being able to be in the position where you could enjoy those luxurious things that you would have once taken for granted. And now you could enjoy even the bigger things in life. You're gonna have you're gonna have health, wealth, every single aspect of life improve every way, and it's inevitable, it's gonna improve because you chose the discomfort from an early age. And you know what that looks like, what that adversity feels like, because you willingly threw yourself in there and kept coming out the other end every time. You know that you're gonna be fine, and that's what sets you up for like a long, fulfilling, easier life in the end. You're the one that's actually living the nicer life because of those discomfort. But if you didn't choose that discomfort, you're gonna still be uncomfortable. You're gonna still have you're gonna have mental anguish. You're gonna potentially, like, not potentially, you're gonna lead a harder life in the long run, because you avoiding those discomforts from that time is what bites you later on, and you have to make up for it anyway by now living a harder life in the long run, where you can't afford certain, like, basic necessities that you would have been able to because you chose the discomfort. Now, I'm not trying to fear monger and make you feel like you're backed against the wall and you can't do nothing with your life if you didn't start early. I'm 22 years old. I already feel late in many things. These YouTubers out there that started at 13, 14, that are doing great, well for themselves, and they're doing amazing because they not because they're lucky, but because they decided to just start. They just started. They just did. They went through the period where they had no support. They had nobody to lift them up. They had to just be self. They had to push that out of themselves, and that's why they are where they are right now. And nobody can take that away from them. So there's no reason for me to keep feeling like like I'm not enough, and I just feel like that's it, my life's over. That's not how I'm gonna get anywhere, and that's not how you're gonna get anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're 30 years old, 40 years old. You could be 50 years old and you could still pick it up. You could still turn your life around in every aspect. From here you can. It's never too late for that, but you could only do that if you start actually admitting to yourself that where I am right now, I'm gonna take that, all that, as my responsibility, as things, my actions that led me to this point. No matter how much that sucks, that it could have genuinely been many factors that you didn't control and unfortunate things happened to you, but still, you telling yourself that, mastering up that power to tell yourself that, hey, somehow it's still me. That's like the reason why I am where I am. That's you serving yourself. That's you giving yourself power that you can't take away. Oh, is the camera on? Oh, oh, yo! I really thought the camera stopped recording. Yes, I really got into that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, simply master up that strength. Give yourself, give yourself something for once, by picking up on all the weight, and admitting that, yo, it's on me. I'm gonna start stepping from here, and picking up in some way. Take those minor actions, find those discomforts in your life that you're avoiding, and just run straight for it. Be as ugly as possible, but just run straight for it. You're gonna see, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna you're in fact gonna be more happy with yourself on the other end, because you're gonna come out every time and, yo, it really, why did I make such a big deal out of it? Yes, it was uncomfortable, but I'm still alive, and now you're gonna feel even more lighter, where your mind's gonna feel at peace. You know what you could do, and you keep building on that, keep building rapport on that. And from there, like, life could only go up. Even the downs are not really downs, they're setups for bigger jumps. You can't go wrong. You literally have to just start seeking that discomfort. The discomfort is the way, because those discomforts are the gateways to behind the life you actually want, the version of yourself that you would be the most prideful of, the one that you, pride is not the best, but like the version of yourself that you would be able to actually feel feel that, yo, I'm worth all that I say I am. That version, that the version that you can be able to put your most authentic self out on without feeling like you have to be apologetic about it. All that could only come out if you go through discomfort, and you will see how kinder you become as well. You're gonna be less bitter in life. You're gonna be less bitter. You're not gonna be as overly like you're not gonna go down and make somebody else's life rough, because you're not bitter in yourself, because you're always you're too busy chasing discomfort in your own life. The people that are the most bitter in this world, that hunt other people's lives, they do that because they know that they're not able to demand a certain amount from themselves, and they're mad at themselves about it, and it spills out in a bitter way into other people's lives, because that's easier to them than just fixing their own life by chasing that discomfort that they know they could be facing. That discomfort is the gate to your best self. Okay, enough on this. I got a little too into it, but it was a pleasure having you here, and take care. Assalamu alaikum.